How's everybody doing? My name's Mike, and I got my dog Roots hanging out on place, and I got Mr. Ranger with me hanging out with us today. So, what we're doing today is, if you don't know, we're in Southwest Florida, and it rains here a lot. So it's a day that it's raining. We're working inside. I love to work dogs outside because that's where a lot of distraction is for them. But inside is very important. If you can do outside, then you can do inside, right? So. It's also vice versa. We want to be able we want the dog to be able to do it inside first, either way. So it's very beneficial to be working inside your home. I always instruct owners, we do a daily routine where they're just kind of walking in a circle, telling the dog to sit, lay down, pretty much what you see me doing in these videos for just about 5 minutes a day. That's how your dog's going to get good at doing these things, is by practicing. That's why you see a dog who in the first video was very hyper and now is relaxing, is from the practice. So, okay, we're going to talk about how to get the dog to lay down, how I do it, how I did it with this dog. Very simple. So, at first I have to teach the dogs how to sit because I got to give them, they have to have something, somewhere to start with me, right? So I have to teach them pressure on the leash, how to sit. How I teach this dog to lay down is I'm working the dog with the sit and the heel, and I'll bring the dog over to the concrete area. So I'll use my environment to my advantage, right? So if I want the dog to sit, I'm going to use the dog on carpet, and if I want the dog to lay down for me, I'm going to tell the dog to sit, right? This is how I taught the dog. So I'll tell the dog to sit, and then I'll just wait. I will not allow the dog to stand up. And if the dog goes to lay down, I will tell him, good job. So the dog starts to understand, every time I tell you to sit and you're on this concrete, I want you to slide into a down. You'll see that's what they do. It's because the floor is slippery, they'll just kind of slide into the down, which is the way to do it. You want the dog, you want to convince the dog mentally what we want from the dog, and that's in fact how we do training. We do not physically force the dog what we want it to do. So if I want this dog to lay down, even if this dog was 2 pounds, man, you are not forcing a dog to lay down and stay in that position. You're not going to force them with the leash to do that. Just like I'm not forcing him right now to lay there. I've mentally convinced both of them that that's the best thing to do for them, and that they should listen to me, and that I'm the leader. The way we convince them of that is through obedience and giving them structure. So we're going to go ahead and start working this dog. So I had to place things differently so that the camera could see it. Normally I just walk in a circle right here, but you guys wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing with the down. So I'm going to go ahead and work the dog and work them a little differently so the camera can catch it for your guys' benefit. Place. So we don't say stay, I remind the dog place. Now if the dog went to move, I'm always ready. I'm ready to zip into action, right? So I'm ready to pull this leash if this dog comes off of here, right? Place. Place. Good. No, place. So now I'm tugging the leash a little bit like come this way, but I'm telling the dog, looking at the dog, place. I want him to understand that, man, if I tug this leash, that doesn't mean you fly off of place. Place. So we don't say stay, we repeat the command we want the dog to do. That's going to cut communication down. It's going to make it easier for the dog what I want to understand. Okay. Heel. Good boy. Heel. Sit. Good boy. So watch. Sit. So if I just tell him to sit, he's eventually going to hit the ground. Down. Good boy, good down. So now, down. Good boy, good down. Down. I don't want him hey. I don't want him flailing around on his back, though, and playing any kind of game like that. Heel. Sit. So now this is, I want him to remain here. Sit. Good boy, good sit. Since I got him on the carpet, it's easier for him to stay in that sit position. So if I tried to get him to down right here, it would be harder for me. Heel. So again, over here, the first time I ever did it with him, sit. I could just tell him to sit, and I would just sit here and wait. I don't care if it takes an hour. Down. Good boy. Good down. So you see, the idea is I'm trying to teach the dog how to sit the easiest way possible for me and the dog. You do not want to use treats. It's going to make your dog more excited. You never teach with treats. If somebody is using a treat to teach the dog, they are inexperienced. They do not know what they're doing. They are going to get your dog more excited. They're not going to get an actual calm dog like this. And this is genetically a good dog. Good boy. Hey. So if he sniffs the ground too much, I give him a little correction. There's two things that are going to make your dog listen to you. There's two things. Now, so see how I remind the dog what I want. If your timing of the correction, if the dog goes to do something and I catch the dog before the dog goes after whatever it's going after, that timing has to be impeccable. And you also have to have a correction that is worthy of them not going after the thing. So the correction has to be effective. So those two things, right? Timing of the correction and also effectiveness of the correction. That is what will get the dog to listen to you, respect you, is when you show them you have timing and effectiveness. Good boy. Nope. So nope. Sit. You see what the dog did? He actually broke the command that I wanted him to do when I walked over. Down. So now it's important for me to put the dog back into the position that he broke, right? So he made a mistake. It was a little bit my fault because I was paying attention to the camera and not the dog. So if my timing was on, I would have caught that instead of missing that one. Heel. Place. But that's on me because I was paying attention to the camera.